Hello, Nova Nation, and welcome back to Cats on the Court. Time for our women's basketball episode, second episode here in 2025. I'm David Szscepanski.
I'm Nathan Mathur.
And I'm Madison Hodges.
We just got done filming the men's basketball video, and we talked about how the beginning part of January was fantastic for the men's team, and they really started to hit a slide towards the end of January, losing 4 of their last 5. For the women's team, it's been the exact opposite. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. The only loss in that 4-game stretch was to UConn, and that is pretty much an impossible feat for 95% of the teams in the country. There's a reason why they're ranked in the top 10. So I want to talk about, there's been so many kind of good stories over the past couple of weeks for the women's basketball team, but who was the player of the month in your opinion, right? Jasmine Basco, Maddie Weber, you would think would be the 2 leading contenders. I mean, they were both fantastic for Villanova in the month of January.
I would have to go with Basco personally. 25 points against Xavier, really leading this team. Even though we're 500, she has been such a bright spot. Looking forward to seeing how she, Maddie Weber, Danae Carter, all of them develop, because we are a relatively young team, so as they progress, it'll be very exciting to see the Wildcats.
And I'd have to say Weber has been on a hot streak. If you look at her stats from freshman year till now, she has definitely improved. She now averages 12 points a game, and she is definitely a key player that the Wildcats definitely can use.
And when you came into this season, you really thought that, right, it was going to be Basco and Weber, kind of those 2 top scorers. And there were some injuries there for Basco there for a little bit of time. Maddie Weber was a little inconsistent, but when they both have really picked it up and really playing well. Jasmine Basco was named on Monday to the Big East Weekly Honor Roll. So it's the 3rd consecutive week that a Wildcat has been named to the Big East Weekly Honor Roll. Maddie Weber the 2 weeks before that. Jasmine Basco won this last week. So great stuff from the Wildcats. Let's going to look ahead to the Marquette matchup coming up on Sunday at the Veurink Pavilion. I know, Nathan, you talked a little bit about tiebreakers in the men's video, but when you kind of look at the women's video and talking about Cats on the Court here in this one, I mean, Marquette is really the team that they're kind of chasing, right? When you think about, the teams towards the top of the Big East, I think UConn and Kareyna are kind of in that next tier, but really you look at Marquette, Seton Hall, Villanova, all in that 3, 4, 5 position spot. This game against Marquette is pretty big considering they lost the first one to the Golden Eagle.
We're in a very similar situation to the men, David. We're probably not going to catch the class of the conference, but these games against Marquette, Seton Hall are going to be very imperative to see how we can slot ourselves in that 4th or maybe 5th spot.
Yeah, similar to the men, the women are kind of hitting that halfway mark through their season. Definitely going to need to close out the season strong, first by getting a win against Marquette and continuing out through the rest of the season.
And in that first game against Marquette, they were without Basco, who had an injury. So now that she comes back, that was a close game as it is. You would think that Villanova has the advantage. On Sunday at the Veurink Pavilion, tip-off 2 p.m. You can listen on WXView beginning with our pregame coverage at 1:45 p.m. Hope to see you there, Nova Nation.
And now we're going to get into the stat of the week with Kareyna.
What's up, Wildcats? I'm Kareyna Baylor. We're here for the stat of the week. Nathan had the same idea for his player of the month. It's pretty similar to the stat of the week. Jasmine Basco must have had some kind of secret juice for the win against Xavier with a phenomenal record of 25 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. While shooting 75% behind the arc and 100% at the free throw line, their victory of 67-52 was amazing by Jasmine Basco and the rest of the team. Go Wildcats.
And now we're going to get into the Big East standings with Annika.
Hi Wildcats, it's Annika, and I'm going to be talking about the women's basketball ranking. Currently, they're ranked 6th. They do have a comeback on the season so far. They're currently 5-4 in conference and 11-10 overall. So they're on the up. We see a lot of progress from them consistently. Currently, number 1 ranking is UConn. Are we surprised? Not necessarily, but that doesn't mean that the Cats aren't still on their way up.
Today, Sunday, is obviously a big day. Women's basketball team getting ready to take on Marquette, but it's also Groundhog Day today, as well as National Dark Chocolate Day. So guys, want to start with Annika. Favorite type of chocolate?
I normally don't gravitate towards dark chocolate in most formats, but since getting on the Trader Joe's train at Villanova, I have gotten God's gift to humanity, the dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Those things are gone in a week. Highly recommend. Otherwise, milk chocolate thing.
I'm going to have to go with dark chocolate over anything, dark chocolate over milk chocolate, white chocolate, whatever you name it, dark chocolate is superior.
Madison, I'm going to have to actually disagree with you. Milk chocolate is where it's at, but especially milk chocolate with any kind of nut or almond in it, that's where it is.
Well, my pick is dark chocolate. I think white chocolate tastes like candle wax, not worth the calorie investment. Milk chocolate is very good, but I'll go dark chocolate. David, what do you got?
I guess I'll be the tiebreaker because I think it was 2-2 up here. I'm going with milk chocolate all the way. I think at Con they've had a big stack of peanut butter M&Ms, and the milk chocolate ones with peanut butter inside. I've slowly begin to take away from their stock. So I think I'm buying all the peanut butter M&Ms. But yeah, milk chocolate for me, so I guess I'll break the tie. But chocolate is the best. So awesome to talk about it. So thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode of Cats on the Court. Villanova taking on Marquette on Sunday today, 2 p.m. Our WXU pregame coverage will begin at 1:45 p.m. Thanks for tuning in, Nova Nation. And as always, go Cats!